Jersey, Florida have seen the sun since they got in on Thursday or Friday night. This is what it looks like with natural light in this town, not the artificial light that you're used to from the street lights and things like that. But it's a pretty nice town when the sun is shining.
And how is it when the sun is not shining?
Well, it's like a dark pall, you know, like a funeral procession. It's very dreary, somber. But this right here is what it's all about, natural light. You actually enhance your well-being because of the vitamin D that is being absorbed through your skin, naturally, of course, because, I should say organically, because of the sunlight, right through the skin.
And would you say that there's an extreme case of seasonal depression with people who live up here in Wisconsin?
They call it postpartum depression.
Postpartum because they're being parted from the sun, or what?
Exactly.
Yeah?
That's exactly what it is. The sunlight doesn't give them vitamin D, brings back down the testosterone or the estrogen levels, and because of that, they move a little bit more sluggish. You know, they move very slowly, almost sloth-like.
Oh, is that why the sloth is the national or the state animal here?
Well, that's one thing, and one other thing is that the sloth it's a nocturnal animal,
right?
And it prefers the nighttime because it prefers depression.
I see.
And a lot of people around here probably prefer that the sun doesn't shine in the wintertime.
Because they like to be depressed.
They like to be depressed.
It makes them happy when they're depressed.
Yeah. And that's why they have a lot of snow here, because the white actually enhances their well-being, and because of that white, it gives them a glowing effect, almost angelical.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Now, tell me about Wisconsin cheese.
Wisconsin
Everything
cheese.
that you see around you is made of cheese. That neon sign is actually a cheese sign.
Well, I'll tell you a story about cheese. April and I, when we first got here off the plane, we got a bottle of wine, a big block of cheese, stripped down to our skivvies, and just sat on the couch like two fat pigs eating a block of cheese.
Oh, I'm learning about postpartum depression and
cheese.
Wisconsin cheese.
And there's nothing finer than sitting in a fireplace on a cold Wisconsin evening with your wife-to-be, now who is my wife, and eating cheese in your underwear with a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I can see how that would be.
They call that a bottle of wine, a block of cheese, and thouist.
Yeah, and thouist. Is that, do you think, it is a state pastime of Wisconsinians?
That's the state slogan.
Yeah.
Block of cheese, bottle of wine, and thouist.
Oh, okay.
Beside a fire.
So you're eating like a sloth at night
and
in your underwear
and very slowly.
And probably moving very slowly and cheering on the Packers.
That's another thing too. That's a whole nother genre though. We won't go there.
Well, I understand that one of the reasons why they're called the Packers is because after you eat all that cheese, your intestines are pretty packed.
All right.
Cheese. 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 And here we are. Miles of cheese. Tons of cheese. Acres of cheese. And more cheese. Round cheese. Multicolored square cheese. Green cheese. And we have white cheese. You got tubular cheese. That's not cheese. Cream cheese, granulated cheese, colored cheese, dried cheese.
Day at the market.
Moldy cheese. Feta cheese. Slimy feta cheese. That says it all. This is Bob, our Wisconsin tour guide, telling us a little bit about the various cheeses that we have here. Go ahead, Bob.
This is Wisconsin's cream cheese. It's made in the back here at Brennan's. It's smooth and creamy, but what makes this thing so unique is that the next day when you do have cream cheese, it slides right out, as opposed to the harder cheese like your Havarti and your Montrachet. Now these cheeses, when you shit these, it actually hurts because it's like a big ball, almost like a super ball, you know? It hits the bottom of the bowl and it bounces right back.
Can that be dangerous?
It can be extremely dangerous because not only that, that's what leads to, in fact, a lot of people in Wisconsin, little do they know, have problems with hemorrhoids. And one of the #1 factors is because of the bouncing ball effect. Because the ball hits the bottom, the cheese then bounces back up, hits them in the ass, and it just creates a bruising effect. And those hemorrhoids are just affected by it immensely.
Thank you very much, Bob. Let's go.
This is what it looks like when it comes out. It's just a block. It doesn't change any shape or form. It just comes out and it just sounds a little something like this.
As it's hitting the ball.
Exactly. It